I want to talk about genuine redundancy. So this is governed by Section 389 of the Fair Work Act, and there's a couple of really important high-level principles that I would like all of you to get out of today's session, and those high-level principles are as follows. So Section 389 talks about a couple of things, but it talks about, in particular, it talks about for a redundancy to be genuine, it must be a case that the dismissal was a genuine redundancy because the person's employer no longer required the job to be performed because of changes in the operational requirements of the enterprise, or alternative, and also that the employer has complied with any obligation in a modern award or enterprise agreement that applied to the employment to consult about the redundancy. So the big word there is the consult part of Part B of Section 389. So most people are good at meeting the requirements on A, that generally speaking, most people will undertake a redundancy in normally pretty genuine circumstances. Sometimes you do get a situation where a redundancy is somewhat contrived to achieve a particular outcome, that you've got a duck that looks like a duck that's dressed up as a chicken, but ultimately most of the time redundancies have a genuine reason for happening, and it's the procedural fairness where the business fails which can lead to the potential employment claims. And again, those are the things that the Fair Work Commission will focus on in particular. So in terms of consultation, it's important to note that every single modern award, I believe it's every single modern award, and I'll be corrected if I'm wrong, has a requirement to consult on any major workplace change. So if you're looking at making restructuring or redundancies, there will be a consultation clause in the modern award that will likely apply to the employees affected. I hear a lot from employers that, oh, well, modern awards don't apply to me because I pay above the award. Well, that's simply not the case. We have a situation right now where modern awards are applicable to a very, very wide set of employees. They apply in various different industries, in various different occupations. You also have situations where enterprise agreements apply as well. So again, if there's a consultation clause in any of those instruments, then that is something that you will need to be aware of when you're conducting redundancies. So another requirement of Section 389 is that it's not a case of genuine redundancy if it would have been reasonable in all of the circumstances for the person to be redeployed within either the business itself or an associated entity of the employer. So when you undertake a redundancy process, you must consider any and all vacant positions that are available in your organisation or will become vacant as a result of the restructure. And sometimes it may very well be as simple as we don't have room for a full-time salesperson anymore, but we have room for a part-time salesperson. And regardless of whether or not the individual is likely to find that an acceptable offer of alternative employment or not, we always maintain it's important to identify any alternatives, be it regardless of how significantly different they might be, for the purposes of mitigating risk in any unfair dismissal claims that may be brought before the Commission. Not putting forward a vacant position or a position that's become vacant as a result of the restructure could be a very large procedural flaw should the matter proceed further to a formal hearing for the Commission to decide upon. So I hope that makes sense in terms of some early principles on restructuring and redundancy. We have put together this, what we call a limited time restructure package for anyone who's looking at undertaking a restructure. And that would offer the following services as part of the restructure package: that we would provide you with a restructuring and redundancy plan. We provide you with advice on the payments and the related obligations. We give you the initial meeting plan, the initial consultation letter. We would give you advice about the alternative jobs and selection criteria if it's applicable. We give you advice on the further consultation discussions, the final meeting plan, the final meeting and the discussions and letters around those things. We can organise for you outplacement in EAP, and we can give you a discount for the Fair Work Commission proceedings should you need us to represent you should any matters go before the Commission. For any clients with 1 to 3 redundancies or 1 to 3 employees in that restructure, costs $1,500 plus GST. It's a limited time offer that we're offering only for the purposes of this because we're coming to the end of JobKeeper. We don't normally offer this as a one-off service. We do have it included in all of our support packages for clients, which are essential support, performance and risk, and HR managers. For any clients that are interested in ongoing support arrangements, they are included free of charge as part of those support packages. So if anyone's interested in those things, please get in touch with us at ondemandhr.com.au, and we can talk you through either a limited time restructuring service or assisting you on an ongoing basis with this being at no extra cost for you as part of a monthly support.